Jimmy Butler might be one of the most controversial players of our time, from throwing up bricks to talking trash about his own team just to get out. Today, we're diving deep into the drama surrounding Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler. How did things go from him being the face of the team to wanting out? What led to this sudden fallout? And where could he be headed next? Let's break it all down. When he first arrived, he basically became the Miami Heat. From the moment he arrived in 2019, he embraced the Heat culture. Tough, relentless, and always giving his all on both ends of the floor. You can't forget the legendary finals run in the bubble. Jimmy put the team on his back against the Lakers, playing nearly every minute and leaving it all on the court. Averaging 28 points, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds, he turned the Heat into contenders again, proving he wasn't just a star, but a true leader. In only one season, he turned Miami from a broken team to a real contender. But recently, the cracks started to show. In a game against the Indiana Pacers, Butler's performance was, well, concerning. His body language was off, the energy was low, and he seemed disengaged. No hustle, no fire. Definitely not the Jimmy we know and saw in 2020. The Heat fan base began speculating on whether Butler was truly committed or just frustrated with the team's struggles. Post-game, Butler's comments raised even more eyebrows. He admitted he felt joyless playing for the Heat, which honestly speaks volumes. When a player of Butler's skill openly talks about a lack of joy, you know something serious is going on behind the scenes. Butler's dissatisfaction has also raised questions about problems with head coach Erik Spoelstra, or even with teammates like Kyle Lowry, who has struggled this season. And then, things escalated. After his comments, the Heat made the bold move of suspending Butler for actions harmful to the team. This was a turning point. It sent a clear message. There's serious tension between Jimmy and the organization. Reports suggest the issue may stem from contract disputes and disagreements about the team's future direction, with Butler reportedly wanting the front office to make big roster moves. This move wasn't just about a bad game. It felt personal, like the Heat were calling out Butler's attitude more than his performance. And when tensions get personal, trades often follow. NBA insiders have pointed out similarities to Butler's past exits from Minnesota and Philadelphia, where his strong personality clashed with team management and fellow players. So, why does Jimmy want to leave Miami? A lot of it comes down to respect and leadership. Butler has always played with a chip on his shoulder. He's been traded multiple times in his career, from Chicago to Minnesota to Philly, and every time it's felt like he was undervalued or misunderstood. Miami's unwillingness to offer a contract extension further adds fuel to the fire. Butler's desire for a max contract seems to be a sticking point. At 35, he wants that financial security and the respect that comes with it. Miami, however, seems hesitant. Pat Riley and the Heat front office have always focused on long-term flexibility over rewarding older stars with massive contracts. It's a clash of views. So, where could Jimmy end up? Let's break down a few possible destinations. The Suns are desperate for another top scorer alongside Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. But with Bradley Beal's massive contract, the financial juggling would be tough. Plus, would Beal waive his no-trade clause? Unlikely. Surprisingly, Houston could be a prime landing spot. They're a young, talented squad lacking a veteran scorer. Butler's grit could fit their defensive identity perfectly, and they have assets to make it happen without gutting their core. Initially rumored to be in the mix, but Golden State's salary cap issues likely take them out of the picture. They're not willing to part with key pieces like Wiggins or Draymond to make the deal work. Don't sleep on teams like the Denver Nuggets or New Orleans Pelicans either. Both have solid rosters and could use a playoff-tested veteran for a deep run. Now, what does this mean for the Miami Heat if Jimmy leaves? Losing him would be massive. He's been their emotional leader, a playoff closer, and the face of the franchise. But Miami has always been about culture and resilience. They could use the trade exception from a Butler deal to reload with depth instead of chasing another star. Guys like Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro would have to step up. Miami might focus on developing young talent rather than star chasing. The Heat have a history of finding hidden gems, so a full rebuild could be an interesting route. So, what does this all mean for Jimmy Butler's legacy? On one hand, his playoff performances have cemented him as one of the league's best competitors. But if this trade demand drags on, it could hurt his image, especially if people start seeing him as hard to work with. For Miami, it's about finding the right balance. Do they try to fix things or move on completely? The trade deadline is coming up, and both sides need clarity. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would be extremely happy if you could like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment your thoughts. See you in the next one.